Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. It's Luke here. I hope you're all well. So I did my video this morning on strikers, and lo and behold, more news has come out from Fabrizio Romano and loads of sources now saying that the Edson Alvarez deal has taken a step further now. It appears that the fee has been agreed now, around 35 million. It appears that the player is like ready to go, ready to get on that plane and basically come and have his medical. So this is all exciting. And I'll be back to talk more about it and to interact with you guys in the chat after this. Edson Alvarez looks like he may be the first signing of this season, finally. We've talked a lot about him. Linked with Chelsea last year, came very close to joining Chelsea, and then ended up staying, obviously because they signed Martinez, the brilliant Argentina young midfielder. He was very close to joining Dortmund at one point this season. Towards that, up to a sort of 2 or 3 weeks ago, he was really close to joining, and then rumours are that his agent wanted a bit too much money, and maybe West Ham have sort of been pushed to pay that money to get this deal over the line. That's just modern football. That's the way it is. Maybe his agent wanted sort of 3-4 million. We know that agents do ask for this big money. He's been touted by a lot of clubs, and a lot of the sort of, if you scroll through Twitter and you read the things on him and people that are saying about him, there's a lot of comments from, say, Man United fans, Chelsea fans, and even the Tottenham fans and teams around that sort of area that are saying, "Oh, how are we letting him go to West Ham?" So that's a good thing. Teams, are slightly, a bit envious of us getting this guy. So hopefully this guy, can do some bits for us. Looks good player, like I say, can play at centre back as well. Sits in the CDM role. He's not much of a progressor of the ball in terms of running with the ball, but people have been slating his pass off. I've watched a few videos and I've read a proper scouting report on him. Like, you can type in any player and it gives you a real full-on scouting report on the player. And his stats are really, really good in terms of progressive passing of the ball. He wins the ball back nicely and seems to be able to, find him good passes. He scores quite a few goals as well, quite dangerous in the box. A lot of his goals are headers in the box. I like the look of it. Him and Paquetá together breeds me with a bit more confidence. We do obviously need that one more. Whether that one more now is the Moyes choice, I'm not saying Alvarez is not. We don't know. But whether that's the Moyes choice now, whether that's the Ward-Prowse, or whether that's the Scott McTominay to sit next to them, it gives me a little bit more confidence. I would prefer, to be honest, the next one, because I do believe another midfielder is going to come in, to be a more of a powerhouse runner. A real someone who can pick the ball up and run, because you've got Paquetá, the magic man, passing and tricks and flicks. Got Alvarez now, who will be the spoiler, tough tackler. I will go in the comments in a minute, guys. And a bit of a nasty, hard-working player. And then, just that balance of someone who can run with a ball as well. A bit like what you remember when Leicester had that fantastic midfield of Maddison, Ndidi and Tielemans before it all went a bit wrong now. You looked at that midfield and it had fantastic balance. And that's what I would like to see West Ham now, looking at, as a free, being one of the top ones in the league, hopefully. I'm not saying individually the best players, but sometimes, you look and go, that's probably the best three as a package together. Let's go in the comments, guys. G-Man. Hello, Luke. Alvarez. Let's hope it's done, mate. Until we see him in that West Ham shirt, we never know. We never, ever know. Just going to drink a bit of me water in my Beaver Town glass. I just seen some highlights of Edson Alvarez. Looks like a top player. A good, he looks, he looks like he can hold. He's not, because some people are saying, him and Sojic together. hopefully Souček doesn't play. He looks okay on the ball. He looks like he can, get himself out of a bit of danger, and he just, passes safe when he needs to. And he's got that tackle. He looks quite quick actually for CDM, which is good. Yes, like the look of Alvarez. My eyes are playing up a little bit tired today. Tough tackler with an engine. Do feel we need a passer next to him. I would be more excited for Fofana. Yeah, I would have liked Fofana. But Tomine, Alvarez and Paquetá would be class. Yep, I like that. I like the look of that, mate. It possibly could happen as well. Yes, Souček can then be binned. Oh, please. Hopefully Fofana is the next one for the door. Apparently the price is so big though, mate. And I think I read that maybe someone like ex-West Ham employee has sort of more or less said that is the case, that the fee is so big, like around the 60 million mark. And I don't think West Ham are prepared to go there. I do think Fofana will go somewhere, but I don't think it's going to be West Ham. What we got here? Ken Hammer says Alvarez, Fofana, and Sanguera and Big Tom. Yeah, Sanguera is another option if Fofana's slightly out of the realms in terms of financial package we can offer. That Sanguera is a very good player as well. Agreed, Mark, and unfortunately Dan's is way out of his depth. Yeah, it's a shame with him. I like him. I like that he's a hammer. Probably chose the best season ever to be a West Ham fan and join West Ham last year. Even though he had limited opportunities, he's got that winners medal around his neck that we'd all dreamed to have. That just to play for West Ham once would be a dream. But the fact he got, I don't know how many games he got last year, 20 odd games in Europe and appearances. But he will always have that medal. He can always say he was part of that squad that won something with West Ham. And as a West Ham fan, that must be amazing for him. Yes, Downs looks championship player at the moment, but would improve with proper coaching, in my opinion. Yeah, the thing with Flint, I like him. He's neat and tidy. He just, again, it's very hard to judge a player when you're standing next to Thomas Souček. Declan Rice was so good, at doing both. He could get us up the field and, would do the stuff that needed to get us out of trouble when someone like Souček had messed up in the midfield. Downs is not that level. I think he would be neat and tidy player, decent little player, but he's limited. He is limited. How did Rice and co eat dinner as they had no cutlery for mate? I don't know whether you watched the interview with Declan afterwards. I didn't watch it live. I just caught it on YouTube and it came up. Oh, I've learnt so much in 3 weeks. Oh, it's amazing. This is what I've come here for. Oh, I can't stand him anymore. I'm sorry. I've really gone off Declan now. He was one of my sort of favourite players at one point, but no, I've gone totally off him. I can just see straight through his media trained interviews now, and everyone like, oh, he's such a great bloke. No, I'm sorry, he's media trained. He knows what the fans want to hear. He knows what the press want to hear. I did like Roy Keane's comment though, basically saying that West Ham won a proper trophy in July, and then whenever you see that, Arsenal fans get very, very salty, going, oh, you just won a second-rate European trophy, which you would love to win as well, and which you still haven't won. Downs needs time. He is a player. Do you think we'll replace Scamac this window? I think so, mate. You would hope so, wouldn't you? We can't be left with those 3 up front. You've got a player that's past it in Antonio, and I want that option taken away from David Moyes as well. You've got Mabama, who's very, very young. And then you got Danny Ings. Like I say, he's a good player. He's a good finisher, Danny Ings. But again, he can't lead the line by himself. So, yeah, you'd like to think that we are in there for a striker. And you'd like to think that David Moyes, or even the board of basically will go, look, Dave, you really do have to go and sign a striker. No matter what, we have to sign one. If you go back on my video I've done this morning, Brian, there's loads of names that we've been linked with and some of the options there. So have a little look at that video I did this morning, mate. The only problem with Downs is he can't do his job whilst looking after Socek like Dexter. Yep, exactly what I said, mate. Exactly what I've been saying. Best to ignore Dexter. Yeah, I won't be watching any more videos with Declan Rice anymore. Brody would be a really good under David Moyes, possibly a loan deal to test his ACL recovery. Yeah, I did mention him, like I say, in my video. I do think he's a really good player. What we see with him at Southampton against us personally as well, he was fantastic against us. Real bully, real technical as well. Slightly a bit like Arnie, bit of Arnie about him. Yeah, if you get him and he's fit, you know, and his knees fine, and you know he's not like a Zumo can only get 20 games out of him, then yeah, you're buying a real top player. But it's just whether that injury can hold out, mate. Anything else, guys? Anything else? Like I said, I did put out a little message in regards to what sort of content you want to see going forward on the channel. Obviously, I do go away next Monday. So Paul's going to hopefully cover the previews and reviews for 2 weeks. But yeah, I will try and film some videos whilst I'm away, like just some reactions to the games and stuff. But going forward, some of the stuff we've come up with, let me just go to my notes, because I've written some notes about what sort of how we might do some new content for the show coming up this coming season. So the ideas we've come up with so far is obviously the standard will still be there. We'll still have a preview of the game in midweek. Then we'll have a review, whether it's Saturday, Sunday, depending when the game is. The podcast will stay. You know, it's my favourite show, the Saturday, Sunday. We'll try and do a live with me at least once a week, whether that's, again, a Saturday, Sunday, or some point in the week. We'll try and get that in. People have been asking for a results review in terms of Premier League. You know, whether, you know, I sit there, do like a quick 5-10 minute video where we just go over the results of the Premier League, see how it affects West Ham. Let me know if you think that's any good. Paul is toying with the idea of going through his shirt collection. If you don't know, Paul's got something like 250 shirts from all over the world. And also, you know, West Ham collection of shirts, like ridiculous. And he, you know, he's interested in doing a show like that, maybe like one shirt a week. He looked in detail of it, West Ham, see whether you like that. And the other thing I was going to add to the show is I was going to call it, what was I going to call it? Bear with me. I was going to call it the West Ham Player Appraisal Show, which every week I will go through how West Ham players have done in the game and give them appraisal. And in terms of the appraisal, we'll give them, you know, a good, bad, or A, B, C, D. We'll rate them like that. And whether they've achieved their targets and stuff. You know, so something like, hi, my name Edson Alvarez this week, as he did really, really well today. I give him an A, and I believe he achieved all his targets, which was to break up play and, you know, stay steady in the midfield. Someone like Paqueta got a B today. He played well, a few flicks and tricks, didn't get any assists. That's why I marked him down. Something like that. Let's go back in the comments, guys. But yeah, that's just a little update on where we're looking to go with the channel. Sorry. Where were we? Who do you think will start up front versus Bournemouth? I think it will be Antonio if he's still here. If he's not, then it's going to be Ings, isn't it? It's going to be Ings, Bowen, and Benny. Antonio, Mark, yeah, I think it will be Antonio if he's still at the club, which I think he will be at least till, you know, we get someone in. The thing with Brozier is he is still not ready yet and training on our ground with the injury record. That's what happens, and that worries me. Yeah, but last thing we need is another Andy Carroll situation. Changed my mind on Maguire after that Bilbo showing. Not reactionary, but he's so bad. Can't be sure about you. God, I did see those clips, mate. He did look really, really bad. Then he really, really bad. But one slight defence. Again, I'm not bothered if we do get him or don't get him. One slight defence. This is a man playing with ridiculous amount of pressure and criticism on him. Just imagine, you know what it's like. Like I'm not a particularly great footballer at all. So when I go and play, and and a couple of times played with the geezers in work. You know, in your head, like people thinking, "Oh God, he's the worst player on the pitch," and you know you're over trying not, to make sure you get that pass right and make sure you get that tackle. And that's just a play about level, messing about with your mates. Imagine that with Maguire, knowing that I better not make a mistake today because he wants me out Ten Hag. I want to stay. Like, again, this all sort of stuff that's probably going through his mind. And every Man United fan on Twitter as well saying, please leave, please leave. Like a slight bit of sympathy I have for him. I don't like the man at all. An academy review once a month. Yes, that's something we could try, mate. Once a month's not a bad idea. We just look at how the academy's done. Yeah, maybe once a week. Let me add that to my notes, actually, Mark. I like that idea. Let's just put that in my notes. So once a month, academy review. Yeah, I quite like that, mate. Thanks for that. That's a good idea. I can't stand Dex. Sorry, they should have taken the camera a year away from him. I can't stand him anymore. I can't listen. I can't look at him. I don't like him at all anymore. Sorry, not sorry. Agreed. EBF. The love is gone, mate. Yeah, totally gone. It's totally gone. I can't stand the sight of Rice right now. Really hope Arsenal struggle in Europe and finish outside top four. I would prefer, mate, for them, if we all remember the last times they was in Champions League, because I always wind my mate up about it in work. I prefer to get through, to the group stage or whatever, and then go and play Bayern Munich again and get absolutely tonked like they did last time. That would be more fun, I think. See them get humbled by like Bellingham, Real Madrid, or if Mbappe ended up there, see him get absolutely humbled by some team like that. That would be more fun. Would you start Alvarez Saturday? 100%, mate. 100%. I don't think he will start. I don't know what his pre-season's been. I don't know whether he's played any pre-season. I'm not an Ajax fan. I'm not going to sit here and go, "Oh, he played this game, played that game." But yeah, if he's, reasonably, can run around and make the tackle, why not? It's not the biggest test in the world, Bournemouth. No disrespect to them. But it's not like you're throwing him in against Man City or, a big London derby or something like that. Yeah, why not? Why not throw him in? Good evening, guys, from Melbourne, Australia. I still think Amanda Brozier would be the best suitable striker. Yes, I know he's injured, but would be worth a punt at 30 minutes. Yeah, no, I like him, mate. I do like the geezer, mate. I do. And I think, I made that very clear. Our midfield will be stronger this year. I still fancy a big win at £150 million spend that won't touch the accounts. Yeah, I said in my video this morning, didn't I, about 105 Declan Rice money, 30 million, I think it is for Skamaka. That's 100 and this has 25, right? So 130 million there straight away. Rumours are there was apparently 25 million anyway. Even if Rice wasn't going to be sold, that's 155 million straight away. And then obviously Vlasic going as well. That's 10. That takes you up to 165 million. I know there's agent fees and all that stuff. I know, guys, please don't insult me. And then, I think, Antonio may raise a couple of quid. Cresswell as well, 2-3 million, and then you're looking at sort of, like, say, 165 million to spend. And I hope we spend every single penny of it, and as long as it's spent wisely. Brozier would fit Moyes' style, but this style has to change when Moyes leaves. I agree, mate. I want to see us play like Bayer Leverkusen played the other night against us. Pressing. I love watching teams that press. You guys probably get bored of me talking about Newcastle on this channel, but the way Newcastle played football last season, and again, Newcastle fans might go, and I like Newcastle. If Newcastle fans are watching, I love your team. I think you're a fantastic football team. But actually, last season, man for man, they weren't actually, like, in terms of superstar wise and player wise, we were actually quite similar. It's just that Eddie Howe has got the best out of these Matt Targets, Kieran Trippier, you know, what a player he's been. Botman, you could go, okay, was Ara good? Obviously, fantastic goalkeeper, Nick Pope. Isaac, you know, should have been our Skamaka. You know, Benny on the wings. In the midfield, Paqueta's our Bruno Gomes. Bruno's probably slightly better brow. Rice was our, you know, there. Joe Linton, who's an absolute machine for them now. And, you know, but they've gone on because they played at attacking progressive football. There's a great clip going around of Eddie Howe at the minute about Man United. And, you know, when Man United come to him and they said, Ten Hag said, oh, you know, Newcastle are renowned for wasting time and doing a lot of, you know, the dark arts. And Eddie Howe goes, all right, we'll play different then. We'll absolutely beat them with our running and our power. You know, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see a manager going, let's keep it tight, guys. Let's try not to concede. And if we do concede, let's not concede another one. Do you know what I mean? I want a manager that goes, let's try and beat these geezers. Let's go out there and do them. Moyes ain't got that. Moyes does not have that in him. And that's what needs to change. Well, that's his whole mentality of small-minded, trying to stop teams beating us. We need to go out and say, we're going to go and beat them. We're going to go out and try and win every game, not try and not lose. Thoughts on the away kits? Brilliant kit. I really, really like it. I was going to order it. I've not ordered it yet, obviously, because I'm going away. Just got to save as much money as we can for that. But yeah, when I get back, I think I will order that. I think it's a beautiful kit. Knowing me, I'll probably have a curry on a Sunday night and spill curry on the white shirt like I always do, and then won't ever wear it again. Would you take any Manu player being offered to us? I would take McTominay. I would. I think he's a good midfielder. You know, I think Alvarez, McTominay, and Paqueta is quite a decent midfield. Martial, problem with him, I think he can be a bit sulky. Again, he's had a lot of injuries recently as well. You know, touted as the next Henry when he first came over, but that hasn't come off. He's, like I say, seems a bit sulky. Good finish though. I think he's quite fast. But yeah, I don't know with Martial. Maguire, if the price was right. If the price was right, and I don't know what the right price is for him, I probably would, mate. I probably would, I'll be honest with you. Prefer it to the home kit. We also have the money. Yeah, and I don't know how much that is, Michael. I don't know whether anyone knows how much, you know, we got from that. But trust me, West Ham are quite cash rich at the minute. I think it's a stunning, one of the best kits in years. With our budget, you have to remember that Sullivan will want his cut. So that's probably dropped back to 100 mil. Yeah, he's got to pay for his little Dolly Birds holidays, hasn't he? And his little Dolly Birds posh meals up the Ivy and all that. Who's going to be our captain? Unfortunately, mate, I do think it's going to be Thomas Souček, and that, you know, that breaks my heart, mate. Because I don't want to see him in the team. But if he's captain, he's going to be playing every week. I personally would probably give it to someone like a Gerd. I think if Zuma wouldn't have had the controversy last year with, you know, with the cat and all that stuff, I think he would have been captain. But obviously, we can't give him captaincy because, you know, publicity and publicly it doesn't look good. But I think he definitely would have had all the making to be that. But yeah, I don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. But I think it will be Souček, but I don't want it to be Souček. Toon/West Ham was 50-50. I agree, mate. It was 50-50 at one point. But had the confidence to press on the off. Yeah, and they played pressing football. They played fast football. I don't know whether any of you guys see Harvey Barnes the other night against Villarreal in their last pre-season friendly. Amazing. Scored 2 goals. Fast, attacking football. Really, really great on the eye to watch Newcastle. And again, I cannot blame Harvey Barnes for going to Newcastle over West Ham, because at West Ham, he would have to do what do what Jaron Bowen does and be basically a defensive winger rather than, you know, all out guns blazing, attacking, goal scoring winger. And I can't blame him. I can't blame Harvey Barnes for going there. Agree with you, read Newcastle. Some of those players looked ordinary before Haljo. Look at Joe Linton. Joe Linton is the one. That man is absolute machine now of a player. Absolute machine in that midfield. This guy was a failed striker under, Moyes-like manager Steve Bruce, arguably one of the only managers that's worse than David Moyes, Steve Bruce. Eddie Howe came in, he had a look, and he's gone, I can do something with him. Put him in midfield, give him, fill him with confidence, turn him into a great player. This is what great coaches do. I think we missed the boat with Eddie Howe. I really do. I think we missed the boat with him. Pat Pong says, Luke, your thoughts on who will be captain and will Ariola finally be a goal, or is it Moyes' favourite player? Yeah, as I just said, Pat, mate, I think it will be Souček. Ariola in goal, I don't know, mate. I really don't. I would pick him, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. Can't see Ariola being our long-term number one. I'd like to see a Gerd become captain. That's what I said. Newcastle, decent team, good attacking flow, and are only getting better with the Arab, though. Yeah, mate. But they don't get their pants pulled down with prices. They're very clever, Newcastle, with their prices. This ain't a Newcastle show, but it's a team I admire. I can't not admire the way they play football. Anagram of captain is cat playing. Oh, for God's sake. Great joke. Souček has got the ability. Look at his first season. Yeah, I can't, mate. I'm sorry, I can't have him play no more. I can't. He's not good enough. It's not good enough. If we want to become a passing, progressive team, we have to get rid of him. Benny would make a great number 10. That's where he played for Brentford. I like him now, but I'll be honest with you, mate. Out of our players that are actually in the squad at the moment, I would love to see Pablo Fornals play at number 10. I really would. I think I keep saying it, I think he's our best passer in the team. He can score goals when he's shooting boots. Well, sometimes he blasts them all over the place. And he loves the team. He loves the club. He absolutely loves West Ham, and I love him. I've still got a massive, massive soft spot for Pablo Fornals, and I would love to see, him play more. Would you take Maguire? Yes, I would, at the right price. Souček has become Slowcheck. Yep. I'll tell you what, it's getting with him. It's like the end of the Kevin Nolan days at West Ham, where we always get in the ump with Allardyce, keep picking Nolan. Listen, Nolan had some great times at West Ham and scored some great goals and, had some great moments for us. But, towards the end, that last season with Allardyce and his insistence to keep playing Nolan, who was not up to it anymore. That's no fault of his own. He just wasn't good enough anymore. I get that same sort of vibe with this Souček. It's just sort of like an insistence on playing him, but he's not good enough. We can all see it. Why can't Moyes? Bowen for captain, yeah, but again, he's got to sign that new contract first, mate. I don't want him being captain when he's off next summer. Sign that new contract, and then maybe that could be part of it. I always like to have an English captain for some reason. Yeah, they seem to get it sometimes. On Thursday night, Steeden said we'll have 2 new players in the next couple of days. Wonder who the second player is. Yeah, I'd like to know myself. Hey, would like to know myself. Souček Heatmat is Spaghetti Junction. Yeah, no. Anything else, guys? Anything else? Like I say, this main video was about that Edson Alvarez is very, very close, and just talking about signings going forward. Where else can we spend the money? Where are we? Sorry, mate, but don't want any Man United rejects, especially not 90 million for the free. No, not 90 million. Like I say, mate, I would have them at the right price. That's the key word there, the right price. Someone said to you, if someone goes to you, oh yeah, you could have them free for, I don't know, 60 million, them free 2020. You got to say it's quite a good deal. I don't particularly want them all, but if someone said you can have 60 million, Aaron Maguire, McTominay, and Martial, that's a great deal. That is a great deal. Someone laughing at your joke there, mate. We need 3 or 4 signings after Alvarez. Why am I calling him Alvarez? That's going to be another one I get pulled up on. Alvarez, Maguire for 25, Ward-Prowse for 35. Hopefully we'll follow. Yeah, I think Ward-Prowse one, again, I know it went a bit quiet, but I think he might have some legs. Him on McTominay, I think it'll be either one of them. I think it'd be either one of them. Have a great day, lads. Come on, you irons. We need a left back and a striker ASAP. I agree. Obviously, Cresswell definitely not going to play for West Ham again. That looks that way. And obviously, with Scamacca leaving, we need some cover, don't we? I want some cover on the wing as well. You know, Bowen. Bowen gets injured. There's no one there. Who's going to play right wing for us if Bowen gets injured? I know I keep forgetting about Cornet as well. Obviously, Cornet might see a bit more of him this season, hopefully. Do you know the latest on Cresswell? No, mate. All I know is he obviously didn't turn up for the Champions dinner, which is very, very strange. Hasn't played for a few pre-season games now. By all accounts, isn't going to training. So, yeah, I think basically just wants out. Good luck to you, mate. If you're going, hurry up and go. Because any player that don't want to play for West Ham, you can do that. You know, we're a big club. It should be a pleasure to put on that shirt and, you know, pride in that shirt. You want to go, you go. Yeah, anything else, guys? Like I say, very, very quickly. Like I say, I've got just wanted to jump on, give you a little chance to have a little chat about this Edson Alvarez geezer and where he slots in. Like I say, it's exciting. It's a decent signing, and the fact that he has been linked with good clubs like Dortmund and stuff. Yeah, makes me believe that there is a real good player in there. The fact that Chelsea were looking at him at one point, like I say, that Dortmund were looking at him at one point. It means he must be quite a decent player, because you have to think that Dortmund were looking at him, I assume, as sort of a bit like us, really. You know, they were trying to, beef their midfield up after losing Jude Bellingham. You know, we're trying to beef our midfield up after losing Declan Rice, sorry. But yeah, that's just the way it is. Support the team, not the players. Yeah. And thanks, Luke. Yeah. What we do? Good show, and I hope for more signings. Me too, mate. I hope there's some more signings before I go away, so I can get the videos done. As soon as he is there with the shirt, obviously I'll be on doing some videos. Until next time, guys, I'm going to leave it there, because, like I said, this was just an off-the-cuff show. This wasn't meant to be like a big hour-long show. Just a little chance for you to talk and me to talk as well. Thank you so much for watching all the videos, guys. Like I say, if you're watching this back, or if you are got any ideas for content that you'd like to see going forward in terms of weekly schedule and stuff, please drop it in the comments below. It really helps us out for ideas for the show going forward. Until next time, come on, you irons. Look like the signing's coming. Let's go.